Hey there guys, I'm back to another pickups video. Today I'm here showing you guys everything I bought within the month of January. Pretty much everything. Obviously there are some other things I'm keeping secret for potential future videos and stuff like that, so you're not going to know exactly everything. But I'm going to show you guys every single N64 game I bought this month, because I've been on a real N64 high in terms of like collecting and stuff like that, because I really do like the N64. And I was born in 98, so I think that's why, I didn't get the 64, because that's when it came out, and, my parents don't know much about video games and stuff like that, but, I think that this system is very fun to collect for me personally, so I'm just going to show you everything I bought and tell you guys numbers and, like, where I got them from, this and that. So, first little lot here I got from the GameStop buy two get two free sale. After shipping and the sale itself, I paid like $80 for all four of these games, which is $20 each, which when you consider the market value for these games currently on eBay, that's not that bad. So let me just go and show you guys the four games I got here. So Donkey Kong 64, this is a game I've wanted in my collection for a very long time, because it's obviously a very iconic game for the 64, but on top of that, it's the yellow cart, so it's pretty it kind of sticks out. So I don't really have games like this that stick out within my collection in terms of like colors and stuff like that. But on top of that, the game itself, people just praise this game all of the time, that it's very nostalgic for them, and it's a very good platformer and things like that. I haven't played a lot of it. I only played it just to test it out, but hopefully one day I'll be able to sit down and actually enjoy the game, because I hear that there's a lot to do within this game, which I could see just from the couple minutes I played. Like, there's a lot to do. So moving on to the next title here I got is Yoshi's Story. I've always been a big fan of the Yoshi games, especially of the recent ones with Woolly World and Crafted World. But Yoshi's Story, this is the, I guess, sort of follow-up / sequel to Yoshi's Island, which a lot of people don't really like Yoshi's Story, this game on the 64, because it's very different from Yoshi's Island, which is understandable. But I played a little bit of it, maybe like half an hour of it. I honestly enjoyed it. It's kind of fun. Just throw a Yoshi platformer at me and I'll probably like it. That's pretty much how I work. So, moving on. Last two games here is a duology on the N64, so I'm just going to show them together. It's very iconic. You probably already know the games that I got here. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. These games are pretty expensive, especially Banjo-Tooie, so I was like, alright, buy two get two free sale. I guess I'll buy these games because they are really, really high up on the used game market sort of thing. Like if you go on eBay and you try to find a legit / real copy of these games, they're going to be pretty expensive. So buy two get two free sale at GameStop. Why not give it a shot? But yeah, these are real copies, and I've seen people order from GameStop and see that, hey, these are fake, but no, these are real. You could tell by the imprint and some other things where you'd like open the game up, see the board, this and that. But anyways, going off of that tangent, yeah, these are just really good platformers. Just like people who have played the 64 during its lifetime, and they just say that these games are great, awesome 3D platformers, and hopefully one day I'll be able to sit down and actually play them, because a lot of the platformers on the 64 are kind of like outdated because of the controls and all of this other stuff, but hopefully I'll be able to enjoy them for what they are one of these days. Okay, so the next slot I'm going to go into is one that I bought on eBay. I paid like $80 for all of this stuff here, but I mainly bought this lot for one game in particular, and I'm going to trade the rest off and hopefully get a decent amount of my money back when I go back to the video game trading post at the end of this month in February. But yeah, I'm just going to show you guys the least interesting games, and then I'll show you guys the game that I really wanted the most. So we got a wrestling game here. I believe it's World Champion Wrestling Mayhem. So we got that. It's like a pretty cheap game. Army Men Sarge's Heroes. Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. Army Men Air Combat. Perfect Dark. I'm actually going to keep this copy, and I'm going to trade in my own personal copy, because my personal copy has like scotch tape all over it. Maybe I'll throw a picture up here just so you can see. But yeah, this copy right here is just in much better condition, and I want to go and keep this one because it's for like collecting purposes and stuff like that. So put that one to the side. GoldenEye 007. I actually already have this game, and that's the main reason why I bought this lot too, was because I was like, I already have this game, but I could trade it in for trade credit at the video game trading post and probably get a decent amount of trade credit, including the rest of these games. Because I have no interest in keeping these games because I don't want them in my collection. I don't have any desire of like playing them or having them in my collection to begin with. But the crown jewel that I wanted from this entire lot, Super Smash Brothers, this game at the video game trading post goes for like $55, $65, and I was like, this lot is like $80. That's not bad because I could just trade in the rest of this stuff and get a decent amount of my money back, along with a copy of Perfect Dark thrown in there. You know, like I'm gonna get a pretty good chunk of my money back is what I'm pretty much expecting. So hopefully that works out in my favor. Sometimes it doesn't when you do this sort of thing where you buy in lot. You know, if you aren't being exact like I am. So hopefully this all works out for me in the end. So I'm just gonna move that stuff to the side. Next game I got here, I actually bought from a fellow YouTuber who owns a video game store, and he vlogs every single day about, you know, him running the store, the trade-ins that he gets, and it's just a super fascinating channel that I watch. It's Sick Cooper. You might know him if you watch retro game collecting and stuff like that, but he owns a store. It's called Double Jump Video Games, and I bought a copy of Mario Kart 64 from him, mainly because he had it actually at a reasonable price on his web store for $45. I believe it was like $50 shipped, which is pretty good, honestly, because when you go on eBay, you'll see a bunch of fake games along with fake copies of like Smash Brothers and stuff like that, which is why I bought this lot. It's because I knew that this was a legit copy, because I could just tell by the pictures, and like he just threw in all of these games and I could just tell. So buying it from Double Jump Video Games, I knew that he would know that this is a legit copy and he wouldn't sell me a fake. And for the price that it was, you know, $45, $50, that's pretty good for Mario Kart 64, in my opinion, because that game is honestly very like desired by N64 collectors or people that want to buy N64 games. Mario Kart 64 is definitely up there. So I was like, $45, $50, that's fine, especially since I'm buying it from him and I want to support him in his adventure in his video game store. So Double Jump Video Games. Moving on here, I got another lot here for the N64. It also has a couple of DS titles, which I will show last. But the main reason why I bought this lot was because there was a game in here that I really, really wanted. And I was like, all right, the rest I could probably like trade off or, you know, do whatever. So I will show you the game that I really wanted, which was Dr. Mario 64. This game goes for like $20, and I saw a complete copy of it. It was on for bid, and then it got way too high for me personally, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna not go into that. And then I saw this lot, and it had this game along with all of this other stuff that I'll show you in just a second. I paid $40 for everything, which isn't that bad when you see the next game I'm gonna show you. So Dr. Mario 64, another copy of Donkey Kong 64. This game, like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I actually said it earlier, but this game at the video game trading post goes for like $25, $30, and this game definitely goes for $30 on the GameStop website. So just right here, like this is like if I were to buy these on the GameStop website, I'd probably pay the $40 that I paid, or more, probably more. But one more N64 game here is Toy Story 2. I actually remember playing the PC version of this game. And we played it on a PC that didn't, or that couldn't run games like at all. So like the game was just super duper laggy. And playing this game today on the 64, the game's still like, you know, like it's not in a high frame rate sort of thing. So the game is still kind of laggy, but it's playable, you know. So, but the game's, you know, it's like a sort of like open world sandbox thing where you have to do these missions and stuff like that. So it's definitely fun and enjoyable. But Dr. Mario 64, man, I just suck at Dr. Mario games. But I've been on a like puzzle game craze again. I don't know what it is. I just really like puzzle games, so decided to buy that. Then I said I had some DS games here, but I actually have one Game Boy Advance game. Super Mario Advance 4, Mario 3. Gonna keep this for the collection because if I were to trade this in, I wouldn't get that much trade credit, so I'm just like, alright, whatever. Then the rest here are DS games. Gonna show you the least interesting one first. Imagine Babies. Gonna trade this in because I have no purpose for it. Next game here I have is Sonic Rush. I already have this game. I have it complete, so I'm just gonna trade that one in as well. Then I have Pokemon Pearl. I actually don't have Gen 4 at all. Like I don't have Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum, but I think I want to get a copy of Platinum. I might hold on to this copy. I'm not sure because I know that this one is a legit copy of Platinum. It is super hard to tell from fake DS games and not fake DS games on eBay. So like I know that this is a legit copy. I'm like pretty certain, but I might just wait for them to like remake Diamond and Pearl / Platinum and then just go from there. I probably just gonna trade this in. I'm not sure yet, but I'm like leaning towards just getting rid of it, so just to like get more trade credit and use it at the video game trading post. So there's that little lot. Move that to the side as well. And then the last lot I got here, I actually just got recently. It has another game here that I'm probably gonna trade off / sell because the main thing I wanted here, which I will show last, was pretty much the whole thing. So Pokemon Snap. This is a pretty common, but it's actually a decently expensive, or not decently expensive, but like it's a lot higher than when I bought it myself. So when I bought it at Plane Trade for like $5. Now this game goes for like 10, 15, maybe even $20. Like it's actually kind of crazy how much this game has risen in price for such a simple game that's literally just about taking pictures of Pokemon. But it's a pretty cool game about taking pictures of Pokemon. So probably gonna trade this one off. Then these two games are for the collection. I have Rayman 2, The Great Escape. Rayman 2 has been ported on pretty much every single platform at this point, but it's on the N64 now, and it's on a green card, so it kind of sticks out in your collection. So definitely going to keep this. I've always loved Rayman as a character and a IP, so have him on the 64 now. Then the main game I bought for this lot, and overall for these three games I paid, I believe it was like $60, $70, something like that. So, and this game in and of itself goes for like $65 at the video game trading post, and that is Pokemon Stadium 2. And yeah, like this game is pretty expensive, $60 for a Pokemon Stadium game. Like that is kind of high, but I bought the whole lot for that much, so it's not even that bad. Obviously Rayman 2 goes for like $10, $15, and like I said earlier, Pokemon Snap also 10 to 15. But when you buy in lots, you're probably gonna get a deal, and that's exactly what I got. So that is my entire pickups video for the month of January. Everything here is pretty much N64 related stuff. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, you can subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. You can follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, when I put updates to my future videos. And check out my podcast, the Travis and Damien podcast. We do it every other week. Talk about things within the video game industry if you're interested in that. And yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers.